In today's tutorial, let's do the Highline crochet scarf together, another super scarf by yarnspirations.com. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on this beautiful Highline crochet scarf, and this is for men or women. It's got a nice design where it can be unisex in that manner. It's got some interesting things going on in this particular one, and today I'm going to show you how to decrease the size if you don't want a scarf that is massively long like this. This is 100 inches in the length, and if you don't want anything that big, this pattern is no big deal because you can simplify it. I've done a small little sample, and this is what you're looking at here, and it actually looks like it has a knitted braid going along the side here, and it is actually double-sided just like this, so it doesn't matter how it's turned, it's gonna look great either way. So let's just quickly review this pattern, and then I'm gonna show you how to do this stitch. So to quickly review this pattern, you can do this, and it is 202 chains to start, and then we begin the instructions from this point, and there is a color breakdown if you wish to match exactly what the models are wearing. There's no multiples in this one, so therefore you just have to just chain as long as you want it to, so continue to chain, put it around your neck, determine if it's gonna work for you, but if you want to match exactly what they have, the instructions are here. Here's how you do the tassels, just like this, the fringe. We also have a video on how to do fringe, and also where we have to stick our hook is also provided in this diagram here, and I'll show you that as well. So let's begin. For this one, it says that you need a total of, what's that? Yes, 8 balls of Bernat Softy Chunky. Now this is what it looks like here, and you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of yarn. Oh, it's 100 inches. It's a super scarf, so if you don't want anything that big, then obviously you can reduce the amount of balls that you're using. I don't know what it is gonna be if you do reduce, so if you leave me an email and say I want a 60-inch scarf, how many balls is that gonna be? I really don't know the answer to that. What I would do is just wing it and see where you go from there. So 10mm size and crochet hook today, and let's begin. So let's begin, and we're gonna do a slip knot, and it's 202 if you wish to match exactly what the models are wearing, but if you just want to have some fun and you just want to chain and put it around your neck and then determine if it's long enough, you can do that too. So you just chain as long as you want. So I'm not even gonna count because it doesn't matter, and that's the nice thing about this pattern. It's very versatile because basically every stitch is gonna be acting the same way. So this is all I'm gonna do for this, just to show you the example on how to get started, and then let's move on and let's start row number 1. So the first row is simple. We're just gonna go to the 3rd chain from the hook. So just look under the hook. There's 1, 2, and 3. Turn it over and get the back loop only, and I want you to do a half double crochet. So wrap that hook going into the stitch, pull through, and then pull through all 3. That's a half double crochet, and this first one counts as a half double crochet in this particular example. So continuing to move down the back stitch of the chain, just half double crochet yourself all the way down your chain, and I'll see you at the end. So go right into the very last stitch of that, and that is row number 1. Nice and easy. So now the game plan is going to change, and we're gonna do some fancy footwork, or stitch work I should say. Let's begin row number 2. So let's go for row number 2. Row number 2 is the identical for all remaining rows for the remainder of this project. So what you need to watch for the most is the horizontal bar. And so the horizontal bar, or that you're working into, is actually directly below the stitch. So technically we see the stitches on top just like there, but the horizontal bar is the one that is leaning right here. Do you see that? Once you grab the first one, it's easier to see. So let's just play, and let me just show you where to go. So we're gonna go chain 2, and I want you to go to the first horizontal bar. If you need to pull it out like this just to see it, it's right here. It's the second one down. So there's the stitch, it's right here, and you're gonna half double crochet in the horizontal bar only. So just coming up from the bottom direction and pull through, and then pull through all 3. Once you do the first one, it becomes easier to see the rest. See, there's the next one right here. Okay, see how it's going horizontal? So just look at the stitch work in order to see exactly where to go. So just wrap the hook and going into the next one, and for a half double crochet. Now this is not a unique stitch in the sense that you can do anything you wanted with this particular stitch. It's a lot of fun, and it's gonna create an effect on the other side of the project which you cannot see. So you're just gonna do this all the way across, and you're now going to do this for all remaining rows for this scarf of going in the horizontal bar only. And I'm gonna get you all the way to the end just like this, and I'm really keeping a count on everything, and I got one more left, and it's the final turning chain. Okay, so let's turn the work. Ta-da! There it is. So when you go to start any other rows now from this point forward, you're just doing the same thing. So chaining up 2 and look to the horizontal bar. Just pull it out if you don't see it. It's the second one down coming up from the bottom, and you're doing a half double crochet. So the pattern, most of the writing is about changing the colors to make the scheme that the models are wearing, but the fact is that the stitch work is all identical to each other in every row. So it's the colors that kind of make it a lot of fun, and you can have a lot of fun with this stitch. It's, as you can see, it's really no bother for me to be able to find the stitches once you train your eyes to look for it, and then once you get beyond that it gets a lot easier. So just make sure you don't forget that turning chain right at the end. If you forget that one, you're gonna be in trouble, because you'll start getting smaller and smaller. So turn around, there's another one that's right there. So let's do another one. So chain 2. Okay, look for the horizontal bar. Do you see it? We've done this kind of stitching before in other tutorials for hats. It creates that braiding look on brims, and it's actually a really neat concept to do, and no big deal to make it happen as well. So this is how you would do this stitch. This is the Highline Scarf by yarnspirations.com. This is a super scarf, but again you can just change the dimensions if you wish in order to make it smaller, and there is no multiples, as I've already proven. So because the stitch is basically just one off. So when you turn it around, and now you got 2 braids going on. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of Yarnspirations as well as the crochetcrowd.com. Have a super day. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.